process of repaying the oxygen debt. Now, what does repaying the oxygen debt mean? Basically, when we are working out or exercising, there's a high demand for energy, okay? And if the energy demand is not met, what's going to happen is that instead of respiring aerobically with the presence of oxygen, because we need to respire very fast, we will begin to respire without the use of oxygen, known as anaerobic respiration, incomplete breakdown of glucose, and this will build up lactic acid in our muscles. Lactic acid is dangerous for our muscles if it is built up because it can lower the pH of enzymes, causing denaturation. So we need to remove the lactic acid. To remove the lactic acid, we remove it by oxidizing it with oxygen. Oxidation is gain of oxygen, so we basically combine it with oxygen, which is known as repaying the oxygen debt. Now let's have a look at the process. Lactic acid will build up in muscle cells and it will lower the pH of enzymes. Like I said, this is dangerous because it will denature the enzymes. Denaturation is an irreversible process where the enzyme will lose the shape of its active site and it will not be able to bind to the substrate. So this can denature the enzymes and it will need to be removed. So what will happen, the cells will excrete lactic acid into the blood. When this blood will pass through the liver, lactic acid will be taken up by liver cells and liver cells will oxidize it, react lactic acid with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and H2O. We know carbon dioxide and H2O is a product of aerobic respiration, right? So this step 3 is actually like aerobic respiration, but instead of glucose, we're using lactic acid as the molecule over here, okay? Where lactic acid and carbon dioxide and water is a waste product. And this is the reason we breathe heavily with a high heart rate after exercise, because it is important to transport the lactic acid from the muscles to the liver for oxidation.